the life-changing art of doing it badly. Why giving yourself permission to do it badly, whatever it may be, can help to heal our anxiety, overcome perfectionism, connect us back to our spirit, our creativity, our excitement, and fun. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why it's so important to embrace the mess in our intuition and in our lives, and how it can give us more compassion, connection, and allow our spirit to lead. Doing it badly. Oh my gosh, those words often feel like poison darts to our intellect ego. Do it badly. Oh my goodness, then I'll be judged. Then I'll judge myself. Then it's going to be too much. It's going to be awful. I'll lose the best. We all have gone through it. The idea of having to start something, whether it's your journey inward with your intuition, whether it's even trying to make decisions, whether it's even just trying to foster some more compassion and self-connection. Well, when you give yourself the gift of making a mess, doing it imperfectly, figuring it out, something magic happens where the energy that can often show up as fear, that our little ego intellect can want to use to protect ourselves, to figure it out, can start to shift into excitement. And that place, that shift, gets us out of here and back to here, where we can become curious and open to life, and where we can actually start to have some more fun. So before I go any further, hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a 4th generation intuitive, and I teach you how to plug back into your innate divine self, your intuition. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you're back. Don't forget to hit subscribe and that little bell notification, because I release new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to check out all the different resources, my mailing list, my free tool, spirit type quiz, readings, podcasts. They're innumerable. I have tons of free tools to support you on your journey. So, all right, let's wrap up our housekeeping and let's get into the doing it badly. I was talking to a client of mine today. We're working together. She's a mentoring client. And one of the things of her tools was to really improve access to her intuition. And it was really interesting because in her past week, I said, okay, just pay attention to any intuitive hits, nudges, things that show up. And she was like, I didn't have any. There was none that showed up. I had nothing. And I was like, okay, all right, good information. But as our conversation progressed, she actually had all sorts of different intuitive hits and nudges that showed up. And as we named them, she affirmed them. She was like, oh yeah, totally. That was my intuition. Like that was that 100%. And so I said, well, what about that? What caused you to doubt yourself? And she's like, well, what if I was getting it wrong? Anytime that I have an intuitive hit, I wonder, is this wrong? And the first thing that I really wanted to even just notice is that, our intuition and our intellect speak different languages. Intuition resides in the present moment, and it doesn't work in the world of right, wrong, good, bad, all or nothing. It says, what is true? What resonates as true for me for now? It's a going inward before going outward. Now, when we can start to pay attention, make these little decisions, right? Like, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? Let me ask my intuition, using those little muscles. That doubt will still creep up. But if you say, hey, I'm going to be totally bad. I'm just going to have fun with this. I'm just going to give it a shot. And we'll see what happens. It's a simple tool to start to overcome anxiety and overthinking. Because if we can make a mess, and that's the point, and we can be creative, it ends up switching from being this like really heightened, intense thing to play, to where we're able to listen, to where we're not in that place of ego, intellect, all, nothing, good, bad, right, wrong. So my very first tool this week, give yourself whatever it is. Maybe you want to start learning guitar Maybe you want to access or talk to your spirit guides. Maybe you want to start a business, whatever it is. Before going to the intellect, that will always want more information. And that often ends up creating a lot of internal stress. These really big, insane, giant ideas of what it should be that often stops us before we even start. So when we switch to, I'm going to make a mess, I'm going to give it a shot, we'll see what happens, that is where all of that anxiety quiets and where we get out of wasting our time and energy trying to figure it out. It's like a little rotisserie chicken on a spit, trying to figure it out. I mean, my goodness, I know that I have suffered from trying to figure it outness myself. And what I know to be true is all the information in the world can't change your life. Only making decisions can. Acting on your intuition. Being okay to be disappointed or surprised, because it puts us into a present listening state. And second, when we can start to even recognize that as a form of protection, having that we don't want to do it badly lest we're judged, ostracized, kicked out of the world. The stories that our heads can tell us so often, we can actually start to see that as a protective part and be really loving and forgiving and compassionate with ourselves. Hey, I was trying something new. I did my best. And I'm proud of myself. The more that we can give ourselves that gentle, loving, compassionate awareness and a lot of forgiveness, which we need, our human selves need so much, the more that we can create and explore and really even start to tune in and hone in on what is true, what is connected to my heart center, what does feel good, instead of getting stuck in that rotisserie chicken on a spit. So this week, your tool, do it badly, very badly. Give yourself permission to be in the mess and see what happens. Notice how that changes your relationship with any overthinking. Second of all, make the decision, go fast, be bad, and see how that builds your confidence, builds your competence, and like I said, changes fear into excitement. And third, be so ever loving, gentle, kind, compassionate with yourself. Really, this is a practice. Forgive yourself for all of the mistakes, big, small, because, we're on this human journey and just trying to figure it out. Even though it's hard to figure out because that's the intellect, So that's my tool of the week. This is my video. Be messy. I'm learning how to DJ, and I am battling with let it be messy. And the more that I can lean into the mess, the more fun it is, because it's fun. Creating is fun. That's what you're meant to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and hit subscribe, all the good things. Check out my resources. Send me an email. I am sending you all my love, and I will see you next week. Bye.